year. And as you know, I'm here to give you the best advices on toxic masculinity. We are going to talk about the definition of toxic masculinity. We are going to see how this toxic masculinity manifests, and also how can we heal it. So I want you to stay with me tonight and be patient, because tonight it's a special night for me. It's the first time when I go live on Instagram with one of my topics and lives. Usually I was doing on Facebook, but also I'm streaming lives on 3 channels like YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So if you see me like watching in many parts, it's like I have different cameras for each channel set. So stay with me on any of them, because we are going to talk very interesting topics. So tonight we are going to discuss about the toxic masculinity and why it's important to identify it and let it go. I would like to introduce myself. I am Florentinagionea. I'm a spiritual life coach for entrepreneurial men. My mission is to help men to access their divine power, feel alive and aligned with soul. Toxic masculinity, it's a topic that it's really important to understand nowadays, because I do a lot of therapy work and spiritual work, and I daily meet people, and especially women who have problems with toxic masculinity. But before we dive into the topic, I would like to ask you to contribute. I would like you to share this video, doesn't matter where you are, on Instagram, on Facebook, or on YouTube, and share it with someone who thinks that this information might help or improve their lives. Now, I have prepared the list of things that I want to talk to you tonight, and one of them are regarding the definition of toxic masculinity. What is actually toxic masculinity? Toxic masculinity is an energy and which is expressed through the following behavior. For example, when a man express toxic behaviors like he's violent, he's abusive, he talks badly, he's treating women or children bad, that's a way to express toxic masculinity. Another way to express toxic masculinity is the sexual abuse. And when we talk about the sexual abuse, we don't talk only about the physical actions that a man can take towards a woman or a child or another being. We can also talk about the energetic aggression that that man can just express in his world. So we are talking here about the extreme parts. This is the definition from the academic parts. But let's go a bit and look at the subtle part, at the energetic part. This is my favorite part. I haven't asked you if you hear me well, because I just got here really enthusiastic. Drop me a message in a comment, doesn't matter the platform you're watching, and tell me that you're hearing me okay. I'm also testing this mic, it's a new mic, and I'm really curious to find out how it works. So, coming back to toxic masculinity, also you can ask me questions during these lives, and if I see your question, then I can answer you directly. If not, I will come back in the comments and answer you. Also, if you watch this on reply, please type #reply, so I know you are here and you saw the material. Okay, let's go to the subtle causes of toxic masculinity. And also, what I see and perceive in energy is that this energy, which is toxic, it's somehow channeled like a negative energy who has a root. So when you want to heal this toxic behavior in a man, and as a man, the first thing you have to do is to understand the cause. What is the root? And at the end of this life, I will give you a specific method to follow that I use with my clients in order to understand if your behavior is toxic or not. So we were talking about the rough part, when the man is aggressive, he's talking badly, he's a misogyn, and so on. Now we are going to medium layer, and then we'll go to the really, really subtle layers. So let's go to the medium layers. When you understand that as men that your behavior is not okay, or somebody is mirroring you, or you have emotional reactions, because everything what happens to a man in this toxic environment is because he has some emotions that weren't treated in the right way at the right time. So if these emotions are not treated in the right way at the right time, they will pop up in some situations and will take you by surprise. So you need to understand that dealing with your emotions as a man, it's really, really important. Little boys are teach that they cannot cry because they are not men enough if they cry. They cannot express their emotions because they have to be strong and tough. I want to tell you that there is a way for you as a boy and also as a man to express yourself as a man in a very masculine way, and also to release emotions. No one says that you cannot express or release emotions, because no one told you the right way to do it. Everybody is using the oppression, the not showing, adding a mask. So when you are trying to manifest yourself in daily life as a man, instead of knowing ways and tools to manifest your emotions, you just go and cut yourself from feeling that or experience that. Now, the bad news is that no emotion will stay covered for long. And as much as you cover emotion and you just drown it in yourself, that emotion will grow stronger and stronger and stronger. Imagine if you're someone who cannot talk, and you want to talk and everybody shouts your mouth, and you're like, I want to talk, and you want to express, and you cannot do it, everybody shout it. So you gain so much strength and you just explode in one moment and just have a fight with everyone. The same process happens to emotions when they are not expressed. So if you are dig down many layers of emotions and not express them in the right way, release them and heal them, they will pop up in your life exactly in the wrong moment. For example, when you are in a very important business meeting, or you'll just get pissed off in the traffic for nothing. So these emotions will come up in key moments for you. Why? Because then they are seen. Then you pay attention to them and heal them. Because if you don't do that, they will just mock inside of you, and in one point it will explode in a physical disease. So this is the way emotions work inside of our energetic field, inside of the emotional body. So we have our energetic field, and our energetic field contains another body, you can imagine it like a sphere of energy, which is called the emotional body. Now, as a man, you need to understand to express these emotions that you have. And toxic masculinity refers to anger, abuse, violence, emotions that cannot be controlled by the conscious mind. Now, to reach the causes, the first thing you have to do is to go in your childhood and see who were your role models as men. So the first one to look at is your father. How was your father? Was he a good man? Was he providing for the family? Was he involved in the family, being present, giving support, structure, affection, and so on? Did he taught you something, or just he was there hanging out, doing things that weren't supposed to do? I had this week a session with an extraordinary man, and we are talking about relationships. And he was telling me in some sentences that I had a classic father. Like, he was out with many women, he didn't respect my mom, and when he started to make some money, he started to spend it out without building anything structural and strong and powerful in our family. What stood in my mind was the idea that he has a classic father. That means there were a lot of fathers like this, and they were not acting and behaving the way they should be. So, how can you heal this? Because it's really important to understand the healing process. As a man, men usually have this self-confidence, and they're like, I'm okay, I don't have any problem, I don't need nothing, I'm really good. Even when they get pissed off or get really, how should I say, aggressive in energy, in thoughts, or in actions, they're like, I'm fine, I just got pissed off. But the question that you have to ask yourself is, why? Why I got so nervous, why I got so angry, what is actually the triggering emotion inside myself that is out right now, and this person or this situation triggered it in me. So when you understand this, is like you're in your observable environment. So I promised you that I will give you a process that I use in my healing techniques. And when I work with men, I need to go a lot with them through their mental processes, and then to the energetic and spiritual process, because men are just unaware of the fact that they can evolve spiritually more. I'm not saying all the men, but the majority are caught in their daily routines. I have to make money, I have to go to my job, I have to fulfill my dreams, I have to do that, I have to do that, without thinking that I'm a spiritual being. I'm a person who has unlimited powers, and I'm stuck. How can I unfold? On the other hand, the women are very interested in spirituality, in evolving, in meditation, in all the other stuffs. So many men that I work with now in one-on-one sessions are just confirming me that it's a lot of unawareness towards men regarding spirituality and regarding self-growth and self-development. Now, let's go to the process that I have promised you. There are some steps that I use. The first step that everybody goes through is the denial phase. Denial means that I don't have any problem. Like, let's say the man is in the house, he's fighting with his wife and he's slapping her. And she's like, you have a problem. And he's, no, I don't have a problem. I just slapped you. It's something normal. No, it's not something normal. That means you as a man deny that you have a problem. So guess what? The universe has its way to show you that you're in the wrong path. So it will hit you where it hurts you, because nothing is in the universe what is not paid. So when you do something wrong will come back to you in a specific area that it's really important for you, to hit you and show you that you're in the wrong position. So the first one is the denial. So when you deny, there is no evolution. The second stage is acceptance. I have to start and accept that it's something wrong. Maybe it's not something wrong with me, but it's something wrong in my behavior. So I need to move forward in order to understand what is wrong. And when you start to accept, you just start to understand that you can be transformed as a person. So the first question that you have to ask yourself is, Why is this happening right now? What is the emotion that was triggered in me? For example, when you are verbally aggressive, let's take an example. You are verbally aggressive because you didn't receive what you wanted in that point. So you have to ask yourself where this aggressivity is coming from. And your subconscious mind will just activate and pop you the information, because we are like a computer. We have everything inside of us, and all that we have to do is to ask the subconscious mind, where is this coming from? And in your mind, it might pop up a memory from your childhood where you never received what you wanted. Even if it was in school or in the family, the fact that you haven't received what you wanted then, you just perpetuated that energy along your life. And now when you're an adult manifesting in the real life, every time when you don't get something that you want, you get aggressive. So you need to stop and be aware. This is the third stage. Be aware. I am aware that this is a problem from my childhood, and I am aware that it can be fixed. So when you do this part of awareness, there is the point where transformation really happens. The first stage is like denial and acceptance. Is just like, I know I have a disease, but when you go through awareness, like, I have to heal this, I have to take action towards it in order to fix it. Usually men, and not men, but women too, but all, we're talking about men here, men take action when they really have a serious problem. Until that serious problem occurs, they are just like, everything is fine with me. Even the woman comes and said, that's not okay, and that's not okay, we need to fix that and that. They are like, no, you have the problem, I'm totally fine. So, in the awareness phase, you are decided to take action. This is the phase where you start to search. Who can help me to heal this trauma? Who can be my spiritual mentor? Who can be my therapist? Where do I find qualified people to help me pass this through? The good news is that the emotional system of men, it's simpler than the women's one. So when I work with men, for me, diving through their emotions, cleaning those patterns, and make it clear for them and have the healing process done, it's easier than do it with the women. So the next stage, the fourth one, is the healing. What means? It means that I am in a process of healing and I do something about it. Either I go to therapy, either I meditate, either I do something that shifts my energy. And don't take it for granted like reading. I'm reading this book and this book will shift my energy inside. Yes, some books can do that, but books are not so therapeutical in sense of shifting at deeper layers. So you need to go and find help, qualified help to help you go through this trauma. And the last step is the love. When you went to all this process, all the steps that I talk you through, you start to feel the love. When you don't receive what you want, you start to feel love. And then you just start to ask differently what you want to receive. And you will receive it because you have done the internal work. So when you have done the internal work, everything inside of you has shifted, and now you can express yourself to your new reality. So this is the process from toxic masculinity with the three layers. The one which is really high in aggression, abuse, and so on. The medium one, when we have reactions, emotional fights, and so on. And the very subtle one, where you observe yourself and you understand that there is something more I need to heal. And I met this kind of men in my work, which are coming up and saying, "Hi, Florentina, I've been doing this work, I've been meditating, I've been doing some regression, some hypnotherapy, and now I feel like there are more subtle energy that I need to shift in myself, and I want you to help me." So after you have understood the process, you have to define now where are you in the 5 steps that I showed you. Are you in denial? Are you in acceptance? Are you in awareness? Are you in the healing process or in the love process? So if you don't know where are you in this moment, just drop me a message and talk to me about this topic. Of course, if you are a man and you want to understand more your actions, your behaviors, or if you want to step in a next level of energy. If you want to do all these stuff, just drop me a message and let's talk about it. Let's start a conversation and see if I can help you. Next week, I'm going to launch something special. I have 5 free sessions that I'm going to give to 5 men. These sessions are full power activation sessions. They are very powerful in energy. We can talk about anything regarding your life, relationships, money, goals, mindset, mission, vision, values. And I will tune into your energy, do some readings in your field, and understand where are your blockages and also what qualities do you have. And then we will boost your energy to see how this boost can take you to the next level. So if you're interested to be one of those 5 men, drop me a message and I will start a conversation with you to see where is your level and what kind of help do you need. Thank you so much for being tonight with me. I would like to thank you, and I would like to ask you to give me questions or topics for our future live series. I like to do this on case studies that I receive from men. So if you have questions about masculinity, women, relationships, spirituality, meditation, write me, and next week I will do a live on your topic. I'm so glad that we met tonight, and see you next week. So now, I didn't have all the comments on my face, but I will go after we finish the live and answer to any comments. I will say for now, bye to YouTube. Bye, YouTube. Was nice to meet you.